The annual harvest and husking bee begins today in the Oneida Nation.
Pauline is there live with more on the tradition. Hi, Pauline.
Good morning, guys. I'm here at Junhenqua, the agricultural site in Oneida, and they're looking for white corn. It's the start of the harvest, as you said, and I'm here with the director, Jeff Matoxin. Good morning, Jeff.
Good morning.
Let's just talk about the white corn. We have a barrel here. Tell me about the history. It's been a part of your history for all of your life.
Yes. What our program's been trying to do is ensure that this white corn, this heirloom product, is available to our people in our community. We want to make sure that the crops we're growing, that this corn, that this seed that it's going to provide us, is not only good for our years to come, but also future generations. So the harvest and husking bee that we're going to be sharing with you is a traditional practice to hand harvest the corn, pass on these practices, ensure that this food, which is for human consumption, is with us for generations to come.
You were talking about human consumption. What do you do with the corn after you harvest it?
Well, one of the challenges that we face with the white corn is that it has such a high moisture content within the kernels that we've got to dry it down. So we've got a couple of different practices. Braiding is a traditional practice for drying the corn, and that's example is here, and that's keeping 2 or 3 husks on.
Oh, pick that up for us. So normally this would be like
This would be about 65 ears.
Oh, wow.
We would put on this, and then this is all made out of the husk. We make a loop and we hook it up too, and we want to dry it down. Because it has such a high moisture content, what we're worried about is mold. We've got to dry it down. We'll use braiding process as one, but we also have the gravity boxes. These are the drying process. The corn goes inside. We have a screen on the bottom, and we have a very large fan that we connect to it, so it's forcing air through it. Once we dry it down and it's to the right percentage content, we can take it to the cannery, and they can process it into soup or bread, corn flour, corn meal. Again, a traditional food, a very healthy staple for the people.
So now Harvest and Husking Bee, it goes for all week long, and it leads up to Harvest Fest.
We have an event that is kind of new to us. So what we've been doing is Harvest Fest on Saturdays. It'll start 11 a.m. till 3 p.m. So what we're trying to do is invite the community to come see what the program's about. We still would like them to help us out, get into the fields. We're going to show them the picking of the corn, the husking of the corn. And the Harvest and Husking Bee itself, that practice is, as you mentioned, Monday through Friday from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. We have education days. We have a number of schools in the area. Mostly they're grade school kids. And we go through just what we're talking about. We're showing them how to hand pick the corn, how to husk the corn. Some are able to braid, or at least to see the practice. And we also have an educational piece where we'll talk just like what this is going over, why the corn is so important to us, why we take these steps to take care of this food.
And you have 10 acres to harvest this year.
One of the things that has been different for us, last year was probably the first year that we tried mechanized corn picker. We used a older machine that helped us, and all it does is pick the corn out the field. Previous to that, we hand harvested all the corn we planted. So what we have to do is, the reason we're getting to these points is we don't have enough corn planted that keeps it into the community all year round till the next harvest. So this corn is actually from 2013. And this year again, once the Harvest and Husking Bee is done with the hand picking process, we're going to be using 2 corn pickers to get the rest of the corn off.
Well, I'm going to learn more about the hand picking process, so we're going to go out into the fields. We'll meet you out there next hour.
Cool. All right. Thanks, Pauline.
Thanks, Pauline.